Hello, and welcome to another episode of Just Wing It with KSP RP-2. So we are attempting once again the Advanced Biological Suborbital Experiment. Wow, that's really just a mouthful. Um, Wait, now I don't even remember if we had already tried this again or had just been running some simulations. Ah, no, yes, I failed to realize that the last time that the 3000 meters per second speed had to be above 140 kilometers in altitude. So I actually had to stretch this tank as much as I could without having to retool it to get to the requirements. And in the testing, I would barely get there. So let's see how it goes. We are right now above 3000, but we have almost 100 kilometers in which to slow down from this. Okay, yeah, I also put lower the altitude at which the coupling happens because the rocket causes more drag than the actual capsule. So let's see. Actually, let's keep this. Yeah, we're see. It's going to be very tight. It's going to be very tight, and we got it. Perfect. Okay, so now we'll get a little bit of science, but yeah, I really need to put this thing into orbit to get any like significant amount of science from it. So I think this will be the last contract I do with the advanced biological uh, experiment. And we have run out of electricity, but we still have, well, we have managed to get 20 minutes from the 24-hour total duration of the experiment. So, yay. And there we go. That's mission accomplished. Contract complete, 43 reputation, 185 confidence. All good, all good. Okay, so we got zero point 0.2 science, and that's also counting the mass spectrometry, which is still, we still have ways to go. Actually, I didn't get any science from that, so. Um, okay, so time for some management talk because I did a few things off camera. I ended up spending a lot of our science points, which honestly I don't even know why I do because it's not going to start researching anyways. And if I change my mind, I have to go and cancel a few things. But let's just see where we are. So I want to get the satellites era science. This is not the order, by the way. I don't think I've even really thought about the order yet. It's just like, okay, these are going to be the things that I will want in the near future. We are researching two avionics nodes. This will help reduce the size and electricity requirements for the avionics, which will in turn help us reduce the size of the rockets further. Solar panels, we will need them for some of the satellite contracts, presumably, and more orbital science. I should also start going for rocket engine, solid rocket motors at some point. Uh, yeah, there's nothing else to do in the planes section. The next, we will need this for our next human program. Or, yeah, like with actual astronauts. But I will need to get these two material science nodes, and honestly, it's a bit ways away. So after we're done with the explains, the Just Wing It program will not have a lot of wings in it, unfortunately. But well, we'll see. We'll before getting to this, I do want to start experimenting with unmanned planes and see if I can write the autopilot for them. Um, and yeah, so regarding the rocketry, I think between the avionics and the rocketry, I was thinking about the orbital rocket I designed the other day. And I mean, we still have a lot of funding from this program, which we can fulfill right now, but we would be missing out on all these funds. I'll go into the -5% from here in a little bit. And we still have 3 missions to do for this program. So in the meantime, I will be getting better avionics, and I think I will want to push the rocketry node up. Yeah, let's do that. Actually, let's do it. How long is this going to take? Not that long. So yeah, probably this will be finished before we are finished with the X-Planes program. So I can actually come up with a better rocket. And I want to get this before the avionics because then at first I can make a rocket that will just decently get to orbit, like it's just a probe. And then with the better avionics, I can add more payload weight and such to the same rocket. And also once I get, yeah, I don't have any. I already unlocked all the science, no, material science that because these nodes also help increase the payload by changing the reducing the weight of the tanks. But I still haven't researched this yet, and I don't have enough science for it. Um, I also really want to get to where is this? Where is this? I remember seeing here there was something about increasing the efficiency of the Research and Development Center, but I don't know where that is now. This one, yes. So yeah, this will help us research technologies a lot faster. Well, 10% faster. Yeah, that's considerable, honestly. Um, more management things. Like I said, I actually, if you remember several episodes ago now, I wanted to change the people here because I was getting a lot of aircraft bonuses and I was no longer researching aircraft parts, but I didn't have the reputation for it. And then when I got the reputation, I was once again researching aircraft parts. So now that's done. So I have I had here the Bell Corporation. I have changed it for Rocketdyne, which gives us a speed to early and orbital rocket research, and also an even bigger boost to Hydrolos engine, which is irrelevant because we're not there yet. Uh, -10% to stage combustion engine tech, also relevant. So at least we only have one bonus, but no downsides. And I forget which other one I saw, but yeah, this there wasn't anything that gave me 2 bonuses that were completely relevant without having a downside that I just didn't like. Um, did I change this guy? No, I think this guy was the same. I did change also our chief scientist. Um, I forget what's her face, the other one, but she gave us also a boost to researching aircraft technologies. Now she gives us avionics, research speed and also integration, which honestly I don't care about this one so much. And we get less confidence, but we are doing very well in confidence. Uh, this one stayed the same. Chief designer. We have pretty much the same. Oh no, I mean it's the same as Rocketdyne in that the other two are relevant, but while Rocketdyne gives minus 10% to stage combustion research speed, he gives plus 10%, but he does affect hydrolux engine, which again irrelevant. And yeah, I had some on neons. I forget what they did. And importantly, we were having a. I don't remember who we had for administration, but we were getting less reputation for each contract, and now we're getting more. Especially after the debacle with Katie, that unfortunate situation, we were very stabbed for like in sore need of improving their reputation, and the guy I chose was not helping. Um, it's minus 10% funds reduction in salaries, but I also get minus 5% from program funding, which is why we had this. But I couldn't find a concise way of looking at what my expenses were each month. But I think, like, I went to see the. Okay, so here we have the salaries, and I think this is monthly. So especially for researchers, it's 145,000 funds versus I'm getting 53 a year. So no, probably that's per year, but it's still more for the salaries. So I thought this was a good trade. Yeah, surely that salary figure is per year. Um, do I want to get? I have already unlocked the parts for the Hornet Mark III, and I'm going to wait for the unlocking the parts for the orbital rockets. So I think I want to hire more people. We are almost at our cap of 300 researchers. So let's get 10 more. What are we doing here? Yes. Okay, now that that's that, let's see. Yeah, honestly, I don't know how if it's worth it to do this. I would need a bigger rocket, and if we take these missions to the rockets that we were using for the with the second launch complex, those their reentry is too fast. It wouldn't survive. So I'm going to say let's not bother with this and focus on the explains for now. Which that's another thing. I completely forgot to that I would need to upgrade the hangars, so I had to do that. Um, combined. So here it's only 6 days left, but it was you can see it's already at 65%. So I did lose, I think, like 2 months on that. No, like 40 days, something like that. And we have Liselot very close to retirement now. We're 2 months and change away. So we still need to train the astronauts for do the mission training. So as soon as I start building it, I will start Liselot on this. But I don't know if she's going to retire before or not. So let's see. Okay, so I was about to build this, and then I realized that I still need to configure the science, and we apparently have quite a lot of experiments to do with these kind of things. So we have Mach 2 flight, which requires crew. So this one, it's the one that I wanted to complete. We have high altitude flight, hypersonic flight, doesn't, oh, 1.5 kilometers per second, okay. So yeah, those. And they all require crews, so it's something that if we don't do it right now, we won't get to. I think these next few episodes might be very flight intensive. If that's the case, I'll try to condense it to as much as possible. So right now, let's go for Mach 2 flight. Because this one, I think we have very little time left on it, and we can just finish it with one dragonfly turn around the block. Um, can I put more of these, though? Nope, I only have this one experiment. Okay, so we're going to try to take care of that, and then we'll see about starting the next one. Save this. Oh, I want it running from the get-go, otherwise I will forget. And let's build this. Okay, so the real issue is... Wait, what? Oh, I forgot to... that scared me a little bit. Engineers. Okay, that's June. This is June, this is June, this is March. That's a problem. Okay, yes, of course. Okay, so I have passed all the engineers that were in the Sounding Rocket launch complex to the hangar, and that's 90 days, 89 days. So that's good, but well, that's still 3 months. So uh, let's train this lot and see how much she pushes her retirement date. Plus 15 days. Okay, let's see. Let's see if she makes it. I did scrap the Hornet Mark II, so there's honestly nothing else I can do to push her retirement date, except for maybe training her on general aviation. But I mean, there's no point in that. Take 1 day. Actually, it's you know what? It's worth it. This is ridiculous, but okay. I will only okay now. Yeah. I mean, seems like general aviation is the training you would want for this, anyways. Yes, fine. Okay, so let's see if she sticks around. Damn it! Okay. Uh, fine. So we have Jean and Manuela left for this program. Okay, here we go. First flight of the Hornet Mark III. So here I want to be careful not to. When I was doing the test flights, I was getting too far away from the prograde vector. I want to go a little bit more slowly this time. Let's do this here. And I want to be pointing in to this line, which is I think 35 degrees, 40 degrees, I'm not sure. But yeah, this is the rate of climb I tested this with. And I will probably not get to proper space by KSP standards but definitely past the Karman line and definitely get the altitude that I forgot to. Oh my god. I forgot to take the contract again. Ah, I was so eager. Okay, still, this is the first flight of this, first like real flight of this aircraft, so I will show it to you. Okay, we have 5 minutes left on this experiment. This flight should be. No, maybe that's a bit optimistic. I don't think it's going to be enough. I do want to check our apogee. So that would be the next mission complete, as it's only 80 kilometers. And I suspect the next one will be 90 because I still have two missions to do before unlocking the past the Karma line. So makes sense, right? Okay, let's disable atmospheric pilot since I don't think it applies here. And I think it will just point us prograde. Okay, that's too much. RCS. I have to be careful with RCS consumption. It does go by quite quickly. Okay, this is good. So, cruise speed record, altitude record, altitude record. Will we get, yes, 120 also. Okay, air brakes extended. I have to remember which action group opens them and which one closes them because the last time I practiced this, I was coming in for a good landing and accidentally opened them more instead of closing them. So obviously I was stalling and I had to nose down and land before the runway. Oh, we're out of helium, so we might as well activate the atmospheric autopilot again and let it kick in when it's able to. That's a very weird sidewalk. No, 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 no. I know the brakes extended means I probably won't get as much information on the, but actually they're, why are they not closing? Come on, close. Okay, there we go. There we go. We have control. Okay, so we got 1 minute of data. I was hoping for more. I probably should have chosen a better time of the day to do this. I don't like my chances of being able to spot the space center between the clouds and the lighting. So, time to put my navigation instrument tests skills to the test. Okay, so we are finally within distance to activate the glide slope. Uh, but I mean, I already knew this from way before. We're not going to make it because we're at less than 2,000 meters of altitude and moving at 134 meters per second. So there's no way I can glide it all the way these last 100 kilometers. So we'll just have to set it down here. I'm finding it really hard to estimate which distance we will cover because it depends a lot on how we are braking, like air braking, when we start getting into thick parts of the atmosphere. And I don't have enough like authority in the upper atmosphere to control exactly how that goes. So I have the brakes activated, yes. Landing gear down. No! No! Gene, what happened? We're going very slow and it was a very gentle landing. It was the terrain, wasn't it? Oh my god. No. The world grieves at the loss of Ji Young, killed in a tragic accident. Okay, the same as when we killed Katie. Oh, we are down to just Manuela. Liselot got very lucky there. Okay, so I'm going to have to practice getting to the space center better because the terrain around it is rough and it's very much hit or miss whether or not because I wasn't going very fast or anything there. Like, okay, so let's accept the mission. Oh, that's the worst part. I didn't even have the bloody mission. She died for nothing. Yes, it's this one. I'm going to practice and I'll come back with Manuela's attempt. Well, that went from bad to worse. So I decided to fly another mission with the Dragonfly just to get the science done and also to extend the retirement date for Manuela. And I screwed up the landing again. This time it was in the runway. I was just too heavy, so I came in too hard. I didn't expend enough fuel. So, yeah, I'm very close to killing the program right now. Oh, wow. And we're out of astronauts. We had a 25% survival rate on our original astronauts. That's appalling. Uh, I don't know what it is with me and flying today, but yeah. So I'm going to have to hire two new astronauts, at least, I think. And hope I don't kill any more of them. Practice the landings. Okay. Uh, let's see, actually. I wouldn't be surprised if the applicants flee. So Edward seems to be a very good option based on courage and stupidity, as well as Johan or Muriel. So Muriel and Edward have the highest courage ratings, but also Johan has a very low stupidity rating. I forget what this affect. Like, oh wait, I'm an idiot. Engineer. I don't need engineers. I need pilots. So that's Edward. And let's see, it's Alexei, George, Alexei wins, and Ellen. I think Alexei is her best bet. She has lower stupidity, but I think courage is what we need more, especially with my flying. Oh wow, that's so bad. Two different fatal missions in one day. That's and of course now our reputation is in the gutter again. Uh okay. And obviously that also tanked our funds. Wow, this is very bad. And now I won't be able to change administration people for a while. So, well, I have to train these two new victims. I mean, recruits, and I think we're just going to hop straight into the rocket plane mission. I will practice thoroughly before that, so I'll have to take care of it. But it will still be the same episode, so I'll be right back. Okay, so here we go again with Edward at the controls, and hopefully this time without any screw ups. I'm just going to slowly make sure the prograde vector is catching up with us. Get this in the direction I want it to go. It's struggling a little bit. There we go. A bit too high, lower. There. Ah, that should be good. Okay. Uh, Already set the brakes, and I need to remember to set the air brakes once we start going down, because last time I practiced this, I forgot about them, then the reentry was a bit rough, and Edward passed out from G-forces. He regained consciousness, and I was able to bring it back to the runway, but still, let's not tempt fate. There was also a lot of spinning involved. Let's check our experiments. I am regretting building another Dragonfly Mark II. Like, it just doesn't fly well unless it's at low altitude, no, not low altitude, low speeds, unless it's on its fumes, so fuel-wise. So I really should have made a new airplane, but it's already built, so uh, I don't expect to need more than two flights with it to get the science that we're lacking, so should be fine. Okay, I should stop messing with the controls. So not so high. I actually got to 140 on the last practice attempt. Let me turn off atmospheric autopilot, and I won't start SAS just yet. Actually, we're nosing down quite quickly, so maybe already, yes. That should be good. Okay, so we're past the Kármán line. Not that that's the objective, it was only 80 kilometers. Yeah, Helium usage is quite strong. Okay, let's just have it hold this attitude. Also, something I found out while doing the practice run. I think Edward is too tall for this cockpit. Okay, let's turn this back on and allow it to get whatever control it can before we run out of helium. And that's it. No more helium. Okay, atmospheric autopilot is back on, and I'm going to try to use whatever authority the very thin atmosphere gives me. We're going way too far north compared to the launch site. I didn't like that I got rid of the air brake, but we have control. Okay, between the very crappy cockpit view and the cloud cover, it's getting very hard to see the space center. I can always do this, but then it takes a while to get out of it. Okay, that's the alarm for the 10-kilometer marker, and we are looking good. Going a bit fast, but that's why we have air brakes. Gear down. Brakes are on. Here we go. Whew. Okay, finally. One went as according to plan. 17 reputation, which was still the cutter, and 4 for landing on the runway. Okay, 2.8 science from the experiment, and we pushed Edward's retirement day 309 days. Yeah, he's a lot more eager than Liselot. So I can't blame Liselot. Had she not retired, she would have been the first one to crash. Okay, okay. So now we need to train Alexei for a similar mission, which is probably going to be past 90 kilometers. We did get a newspaper for the first Kerbal to pass the Cromwell line, but oh well, maybe it's once you complete the actual mission instead of just when you randomly pass it in another contract. Yes, start training. And looks like that will be the first mission next episode because I think I recorded this over multiple days, so I have no clue again how long this is going to be. But yes, so yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.